Now, the first debate between President Trump and Joe Biden proved to be very lively and very contentious. They went head to head on the pandemic, the economy, and racial justice.
That tonight's a debate turned personal and petty early and often.
And KCAL 9 political reporter Tom Wade is live in the newsroom. He watched it all and he has highlights for us. Tom?
Well, Pat and Juan, it was all of the things that you just said. At times, the debate was a complete train wreck, with President Trump repeatedly interrupting Joe Biden. The moderator had to admonish Trump, but for the most of the night, the back and forth was off the rails.
How you doing, man?
It was the most anticipated moment of the 2020 election cycle. President Trump and Joe Biden taking the debate stage together for the first time. For only the first few minutes, there were moments of civility. The first question was about the Supreme Court seat being filled so close to the election.
We won the election, and therefore we have the right to choose her.
But after that, the debate descended into chaos. Here's Joe Biden trying to answer the question about the Supreme Court.
Vote now.
Pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question is
Radical left.
Will you shut up?
President Trump repeatedly interrupted Joe Biden. Biden appeared exasperated at times as he tried to answer questions. After about an hour, the moderator tried to rein in the president.
Mr. President, your campaign agreed to both sides would get 2-minute answers uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it, and why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
There were questions about health care.
Your party doesn't say it. Your party wants to go socialist medicine.
My party is
and
me.
socialist
right
healthcare.
now, I am
and
the
they're going to
Democratic
dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that.
President Trump was pushed about details on his finances after the New York Times reported the president paid next to nothing in taxes for years.
Will you tell us how much you paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017?
Millions of dollars.
You paid millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750?
Millions of dollars. And you'll get to see it. And you'll get to see it.
The two sparred over the Trump administration's pandemic response.
If we would have listened to you, the country would have been left wide open. Millions of people would have died, not 200,000. And one person is too much. It's China's fault. It should have never happened. They stopped it from going in, but it was China's fault.
Between 750 and 1,000 people today are dying. When he was presented with that number, he said, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is because you are who you are.
And they battled over the economy.
They brought back nothing. They gave up on manufacturing.
I'm the guy that brought back the automobile industry.
And on race relations, the president could not bring himself to condemn a far-right white supremacist group.
Who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
President Trump at several points tried to bring up Joe Biden's son, Hunter, and made false claims about Hunter Biden's ties to Russia.
My son,
and he didn't have a job.
My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it.
On the environment, Trump repeated these claims about the fires here in the West.
As far as the fires are concerned, you need forest management in addition to everything else. The forest floors are loaded up with trees, dead trees that are years old, and they're like tinder, and leaves and everything else. You drop a cigarette in there, the whole forest burns down.
I would be gathering up and making sure we had the countries of the world coming up with $20 billion and say, here's $20 billion. Stop tearing down the forest. And if you don't, then you're going to have significant economic consequences.
In the end, the two duked it out over mail-in ballots.
Urging my people, I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair election, I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I can't go along with that.
It's honest. No one has established at all that there is fraud related to mail-in ballots.
And that is in fact true. Mail-in ballots are safe. The vice presidential debate is next Wednesday in Salt Lake City, Utah. There are 2 more scheduled presidential debates. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Juan, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you.